Hey, this is Court Rye with ElectricBikeReview.com. I'm here with Anthony, and I'm actually at Alien Scooters in Austin, Texas. And this is an interesting bike. They don't make it anymore, but it's from a E Plus, or what was the manufacturer's name?
The manufacturer's name is Electric Motion Systems. The bike itself is E Plus.
Okay.
There's two different models. The Cruiser, more like the mountain bike style.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I see. It's kind of got that cantilever top bar.
Mm-hmm.
And
really swept back handlebars for more of the upright riding position.
yeah, very cool. And the really interesting gotta go to the phone. The interesting thing about these bikes is that they actually have the motor in one of these hubs right here in the rear hub motor, and then the battery is in the front hub motor. And so that's how they've distributed the weight. They don't have any racks or anything like coming off the back like a lot of bikes, or down tube. It's just like really low to the ground, built right into the bike. So that's kind of what caught my eye. And again, this company is not in business anymore, but this bike is just something kind of unique. One of the coolest features I thought that it had is actually a security locking mechanism. So when you're not with the bike, you can put it in lock mode, and what it does is actually engages the motor at such a high level of force that people couldn't hop on and ride it away, which is just a kind of a cool idea. You're basically disabling the bike. It's got lockout shocks right here, and kind of a basic computer. Oh, there's the throttle. Check that out. Got a number of gears here. Oh, cool. Look at that metal dash guard. So that's so if you hit a curb, or you were taking it off road or something with these shocks, you wouldn't nick the chain ring here. It would hit this bash guard instead. So these bikes are just built like tanks. Very cool. Very cool setup.
Do you have cash?
And again, I guess stock, this thing has 36-volt nickel metal hydride battery. It was supposed to get 20 plus miles, top speed 20 miles per hour. And yeah, I guess that's kind of it. So if you see one of these on Craigslist or eBay or something and you're thinking about it, that's the Skinny. And actually, maybe this was before disc brakes were really catching on, but it's got kind of the V brakes from Tektro, which is pretty well known in the industry for having these brakes that are designed to cut power to the motor when you're riding. So anytime you pull the brake, it cuts off the power, which is a good feature. So just as kind of a recap, this bike has a 1,000-watt hub motor in the rear, which is more than almost any electric bike I know of, and it's got this locking feature where it puts it into a really high regen mode, so too high for you to really get on and pedal it away. The battery is in the front, nickel metal hydride. What does that mean? I mean, everything these days is like lithium or maybe lead acid.
It was pretty much the in between from lead acid to the lithium batteries.
Mm-hmm.
There's like nickel metal hydride, nickel cadmium. There's all different variants of that specific style. They kind of phased it out because it wasn't as stable as the lithium.
Yeah.
And didn't quite have the same lifespan that the lithium does. But
speaking of that, how do you have any tips on caring for this type of battery?
Well, most all of them, you want to charge it up all the way and then run it down for the first 3 times you're using it. It gives you that full range and motion. And then after that, charge it up, whenever you're done. Probably about once a quarter, you want to do the full drain and full recharge. So you keep the memory in the battery. Interesting.
Okay, but in general, keep it charged.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't know how old these are. Do you have any idea?
These bikes specifically are probably from 2008, 2009.
2008, 2009. Is that when eMotion Technologies went out of business? Is that the?
I specifically don't know the details of when or how they went out of business. I just know one day we had them. Next thing I know, the company is gone.
Okay, and you guys can still kind of get parts and stuff, and you're able to service them.
It's through online sources. It's not from the manufacturer anymore. And of course, anytime something like this happens, people like stockpile them, and they'll up the price of them.
Yeah, sure. Okay, well, so if you're someone who lives in the Austin, Texas region, and you've got one of these bikes, Alien Scooters can help tune it up, and they've got a little shop in the back and everything. And both of these bikes are functional, and they're actually for sale. It's just really cool to see a piece of electric bike history like this, and again, the fact that it's just such a powerful motor. You said it had a really high-end regen system.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So much like the Bionics, where you can do.
I would have to put a lot of effort to get from here to the door.
So yeah, so it'll lock it out for safety, or you can use it to recharge the battery, and just the way that they've distributed the weight is very cool. Great, thanks, Anthony.
Hey, not a problem.